What? What? What do you want? What? Do you... Hey. What? What? Could you not? I'm trying to make it. And now we should be able to begin. What happens now? Ooh. Ooh. I would like to formally apologize for blowing everyone's ears off and or breaking their stereos or headphones. I played it back. I played the audio back. I have a headache now, so I apologize. But leaving it in anyways. So now let's get started. Trying to figure this out. So what happens if I do it like this? So from what I can remember, Allied was a fairly decent movie. Let me mute that so you can actually hear me. But yeah, I actually liked it. I dug it. There were parts I could have done without. The weird kind of sex scenes kind of felt out of place, but I kind of got it. Same time, I found it kind of unnecessary, but I still think Robert Zemeckis is an okay director. Obviously, Back to the Future being his best work. I thought The Walk was okay for about the last hour, or maybe the last half, I should say, because the first half, yeah, that whole stuff was kind of unnecessary for me. But the first half of The Walk was better than the second half, but I digress from The Walk, and I will walk right back into Allied. Acting is good, the movie's good, and you know it's a good movie, and that's all I have to say about that. So, if you guys don't already know, I am a believer in Jesus Christ. I've read some of the Bible. I believe in it, though. I believe in God, believe in Jesus, all that. And as Christians, we are supposed to love everybody, but we were also taught that being gay or, we were raised to think that all of that was a no-no, in other words. Like, don't be gay and don't support gay things, all of that. I will just, try not to be controversial. It's controversial. I can't say that word right, but I bought Moonlight on Blu-ray. I didn't go see it in the theaters. It was a great movie, and yeah, I kind of feel like as a Christian, this movie shouldn't have felt like a great movie to me, but it's just the story. Like, it's about two people who fall in love, and they just happen to be dudes. That's kind of how I looked at it, or tried to look at it. Of course, my dog's going to ruin this take, but it was a great movie. I can't deny it. I can't lie. I can't tell you I thought it was bad because they were gay. I don't care that they're gay or not, but like, it was a great movie, and that's all I have to say about that. Now, Captain Fantastic, if you don't know what it is, don't watch this trailer that's playing in the background right now. Excuse me. It has Viggo Mortensen, who will probably only know as Aragorn, even though he's done other movies. The acting in it is great. The young kid from Oculus is in there, and from Ouija Origin of Evil, the hot redhead, she's in there. So that's good. It's a I was about to make an accidental pun. I'll do it anyways. It's a fantastic movie. It's great. If you want to see what ratings, like 0 out of 5 stars, if you want to see how many stars I gave this movie, I believe the link below to my letterbox where you can follow me and pretty much see what I watch every single day, because I update it every single day. So yeah, when I'm not uploading, like right now, this is like the rare chance of my life right now that I have time to make videos and upload, which is why I'm putting all of these reviews into one. But anyways, Captain Fantastic, great movie. Catherine Hahn's in it. She's always great. Yeah, definitely go watch Captain Fantastic. Now, obviously, it's no secret that Logan's one of the best pictures of the year. This is a perfect movie, and if you haven't seen Logan by now, you might be living under a rock or be dead. Which, if you're watching this video and you're dead, props to you, ma'am or sir, only, because that's all the two genders that exist. Yeah, if you haven't watched Logan yet, watch Logan. It's perfect. Spoiler alert for my rating. The Deadpool thing that played before the movie was different than the one that got uploaded online. The one online had an extra Stan Lee cameo, but the theatrical one didn't, and it's not even a special feature on the Blu-ray or anything. So it was like people who saw it in theaters before Logan got to see that version of that Deadpool thing, and no one else got to see it if they didn't go see it in theaters. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, movie's perfect, obviously. The Dressmaker is one weird movie, but Kate Winslet is extremely hot, as always. It has Kate Winslet, Hugo Weaving, and probably other people I'm just forgetting. Like, yeah, that guy that can't really act that well. That's fine. Um, it's a great movie. I had no idea what it was about going into it, and you shouldn't either. So I'm just playing these trailers as to have, something to look at for you guys to look at besides my face. So that's something. But yeah, definitely go watch it. It's a PG-13. It's a good PG-13. So yep, definitely go check it out. Spoiler alert. This is one of the worst movies of the year. I'm just gonna skip halfway through the trailer and see. Look at this. That's upsetting. Like, you didn't have a father, did you? And what I meant by that was, since I can't erase anything because I'm just doing this all in one take with some edits, I said the wrong thing, but this movie sucks. And Moana, it's Pixar, it's Disney. I think it's just Disney. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, Moana was one of the best pictures of last year. Was it nominated for Best Picture? I don't think so. I know it was Best Animated, or got one of them, one of the noms, but great movie, great voice cast all the way around. Yeah, Moana was a great movie. Now, Jackie last year was one of the special films because it's not in complete 16 by 9, as you can see, 16 by 9 would go over here, and it's not a 4 by 3. It leaves this little black bar on the side, on both sides. So it's interesting in the aspect ratio. I don't even know what it is because I'm not going to look into it, but it's a great movie. Natalie Portman probably gave the best performance of her career. Certainly better than one of her most popular movies, which is Attack of the Clones. Certainly much better than that. Yeah, she was naked on the other side. So, if you would have told me the week after Logan that Kong Skull Island was going to be one of the worst movies of the year, I wouldn't have believed you. But as soon as the movie started and the dude's falling from the sky, I would have believed you had I heard that. In other words, the movie's complete trash. Like, nothing makes sense. The characters are kind of dumb. Um, Kong even looks just fine. Like, it doesn't look nearly as crisp as Godzilla. It's just, there's way too much green screen and CG in this thing, and it doesn't look real, like Godzilla did. Um, this is much worse than Godzilla. Godzilla I thought was a good movie, like a really good movie, somewhere between good and great. But it's just this thing was tonally shifting throughout the entire thing. Was it trying to be a action comedy? Was it trying to be horror? Was it trying to be a comedy? Or, was it just trying to be a trashy monster movie? I think it was just a trashy monster movie unintentionally. The things that I took away from this movie were Toby Kebbell is yet in another bad movie. Toby Kebbell, you just Google him. He was in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes as Koba, and he did the mocap for Kong in this movie. But Tom Hiddleston did what he could. Brie Larson is just wide-eyed the whole movie. I mean, she's a hot woman. And she's very beautiful. That's like the only thing I took away from this. The movie's kind of boring. The end credit scene that goes for like 2 minutes is the best part of the movie, and even it's just okay. It's kind of like a really kind of end credit scenes. It sets up Godzilla and Godzilla 2, even though that's like a few years out. But yep, that's a thing. This movie's the thing. It's trash. I saw it 3 times though. First time in IMAX 3D. Second time on home video, it's like, maybe I didn't think it was that bad. It was that bad. And then my brother wanted to see it, so I'm like, fine, I'll sit through it again. And it was just even worse because I had to sit through it again. I had to use that entire trailer to talk about how bad it was. Yep, this was a very, very bad movie. Don't waste your time. It won't further the story of Godzilla or that universe in any way, shape, or form. Don't waste your time. So yeah, Fences was a near perfect movie. Again, spoiler for my rating. Um, yeah, I'll also leave what my ratings mean in the description below, along with the links to all my social medias and usernames and stuff like that. Yeah, it was a fantastic movie with fantastic performances. It's one of those movies that you have to see once and then you're good. You don't need to see it again because it's not one that you would want to necessarily rewatch. Like it's not as bad, well, quote unquote, as bad as like Schindler's List or, I haven't seen 12 Years a Slave, but something along those lines. It's not something that's, it's a gut punch and it's something you don't want to watch again, but it's a fantastic movie you would recommend to everyone. It's a gut punch of a movie that's fantastic and I would recommend to everyone. The Western Tango Foxtrot was a movie that came out last year, and I thought it was going to be really boring, but it was actually a good movie. Good story. Tina Fey is really hot, has a sex scene in there. Margot Robbie is extremely hot, and yeah, that's about all I took away from it. But it's a good movie. It's funny. I was surprised just how funny it was and how good the story was. So I would actually recommend watching it. So Sing is from the company that makes Minions, those Despicable Me movies. Is it good? Absolutely not. Is it bad? No. It's fine. You won't ever want to watch it again, but if you have to watch it, it's bearable. You can sit through it. You might laugh once, maybe 1.5 to 2 times. Matthew McConaughey is a good voice actor in this. Um, yeah, I don't know what else to say about it because that's kind of how forgettable it is, but it's not bad. Not good, but it's not bad. You could watch it and say you have watched it before. That's something you can get out of this. So, can I officially say I've seen Live by Night? No, because I couldn't even make it halfway through. I might have made it halfway. I didn't even care to look where I was when I stopped it, but it's just boring. Nothing happens throughout the first half, as far as I know, because I might have dozed off. But it was just boring. It was oddly boring from the guy who was in Argo and is Batman and has made The Town, and I think he directed Argo and The Town, which were great, fantastic movies. He is fantastic as Batman, and then he makes this, which I'm not trying to diss the guy because during this time in his life, no one wanted to talk about this movie because it was bad, and all they wanted to ask him was about Batman. And he just got through a divorce. He's in rehab. He's may or may not want to be Batman. He's having the worst like calendar years of his life, and he just made a bad movie. Maybe because he felt bad. Maybe that's the art that he went. I don't know. It's boring. So Miss Sloan was a thing last year. Is it? It's not good and it's not bad. It's a fine movie. There's a couple sex scenes in there for you perverts. She's hot. That's about all you can really take away from this because I didn't even know. Like, I watched the movie, I listened, I paid attention. I don't know what this movie's about, but I don't have any idea. Hooray, women in film! Keep making movies like this, but don't. So Life was a movie that came out in March, I believe. I believe it was March. Right? No. It was like June or something, right? No. When did it come out? I saw it. It was. Wow, that was all the way back in March. Yeah, it's been that long. I've seen it twice, both in IMAX. It's a great movie. Have you seen this movie before? No, because it's called Life. So Rings, it's a bad movie, but it's not awful. I've watched it 3 times, and I still don't think it's even a fine movie. And it's not awful, it's just background noise that isn't terrible. This is a cool poster. I like it. It's creepy at the bottom, and it's a good poster. Now, this poster is hilarious because back in 2001 or 2, whenever it came out, they were coming out of VHS tapes in the 4x3 televisions. Now they're coming out digitally and in widescreen TVs. That's just a thing. What is this? Okay, that's a cool poster. That's also a cool poster. There were some good sequences in this movie, like this one. This one wasn't too bad. See what I mean? It's all widescreen. And look, there's a banner. That's a cool poster. I haven't seen that one yet. But what is this? That's a tight poster. I want that on my wall. Yeah, like I said, this sequence wasn't bad. Anyways, see, this is a cool poster. This is that same image, but cool poster. This is a cool poster. This is a blurry poster. This is a kind of cool poster. That's not bad. But the movie's just bad. Get nominated for Best Visual Effects, but it's just a bad garbage movie. The movie's good. It's not great and it's not fine. It's definitely not a bad movie at all. It's a good movie. Perfect blend of 2017 filmmaking and 90s cheese. It was perfect. That is a cool poster. That would be a cool poster had you be able to seen all of it. Same thing with that. This is a cool poster. And I like all these singular character posters. That poster's fine. I like this poster because it's really cool to me. Uh, that's a bad poster. That's a bad poster. That's a cool poster. That is one I want on my wall because that poster is a fantastic poster. So United Kingdom came out in January, and in January, even though this was a quote from this year, one of the best films of the year probably because there was nothing else that decent out in January. The movie's kind of boring. I still haven't finished it yet. If you don't know what kind of movie this is, um, now you do. That's the that's the kind of movie that it is. That's not a bad poster. I'd hang that up on my wall. Yeah, movie's kind of boring though. So, Office Christmas Party could have been hilarious, but it wasn't. What did I give it? Yeah, it's fine. It's a fine movie. So even these single character posters are just kind of like boring. Probably because like the movie. If the movie here would have been called Joyo Bordel, I would have maybe gone to see it in theaters. But this movie is just kind of like boring. She's hot, but that's it. So this film Patterson, it's a movie about Kylo Ren and some other not white girl. Um, he's just living his life, and I think it takes place over a few days, and absolutely zero things happen that are interesting because it's just 3 random days in his life, and if they happen to be good, cool. If they happen to be boring, that's the movie. It's just a literal 3 consecutive days in his life, and whatever's captured gets captured. It's just 3 days of his life, and that's the movie, and then it's over. I've tried to do that about my own life. My life is boring. I can't write. I've tried it like 10 times to make a good movie about my life. Let me tell you guys, I can't do it. This movie pulled it off. It is a very good movie, and you should definitely watch it. It sounds really boring, but it's a good movie. So if you can't tell what this movie's about by looking at the poster, then you've got some probs. Yeah, these three women help NASA do something with that rocket in the background. And my description is that short because I watched this movie on Blu-ray. Um, I was like, man, this was a good movie. I see why it got all this buzz. And then it faded to black. And I was like, all right, that was a good movie. So I hit pause so I could, go back to the Voodoo menu. I was only an hour in. And I don't know if that's good or bad that I thought the story wrapped up perfectly and they told a fantastic story within an hour and I didn't know it was an hour. I don't know if that's good because that means the movie was kind of slow, which it was, but it was good. It was a good hour. Did I watch the rest of it? No. No, it's like a 2:16 movie or something, but I thought they wrapped up a story in an hour so perfectly that I turned it off and I didn't want to ruin that perfect story, so I only watched an hour of Hidden Figures, and it was a really good hour for January. Oh yeah, so Beauty and the Beast is a good movie. Did not get the chance to see it in theaters because I pre-ordered my tickets, had them printed out, ready to go. Then I got sick the weekend that it came out, so I couldn't go see it. So I waited for Blu-ray, and I paid 3D for it too on the movie ticket, whatever. Bought it on Blu-ray. It's good. Uh, Emma Watson apparently can't sing at all, so they had to, T-Pain her vocals, so that was something. She's hot, but that's the thing. It's good. You should definitely watch it, but just try not to be as jarred as I was when you realize that she actually can't sing, and I don't know if that's actually her singing or not. Which poster do you want, the white one or the black one? Psych! This movie's the black one. It's the black tape. So this is a uh, good Martin Scorsese film that absolutely zero people saw in theaters because it bombed hard. Because it's a 3-hour movie basically. No one wants to go see 3-hour movies. People are trying to speculate, oh, maybe they just because it was a quote unquote Christian movie or it just didn't look that good to them. They don't know who Scorsese is, blah blah. No, it's because the runtime was like 250. Like no one wants to do that ever for any reason, especially when trailers are already 25 minutes long. That's like a 3.5-hour movie. No one wants to sit through that. I sat through it. Sat through it's a bad term, but it was a great movie. And then I was like, all right, credits should be rolling any minute now. And I had half an hour left. I was like, oh boy. And then it became good because I was just wanting it to be over. So my dog is going crazy out there. But yeah, it's a good movie. Just prepare if you're going to watch it. Like have a pee break at least like 6 times. So yep, I gotta let my dog back in. The movie's good. You should watch. So This is a poster for the Bye Bye Man. I have seen the Bye Bye Man. Um, there is one word to describe both the movie and this poster, and that word is bad, because it's bad. See, look, here's a parody poster. Yep, that's a thing. Uh, yeah, that's also a thing. That's a thing. If this thing was called Nunca Digas Su Nombre, I might have gotten to see this in theaters. It's a bad movie. Pretty unforgettable. Spoiler alert for what's coming later. Um, Unforgettable in the sense that it's just bad. When this movie started out, I thought, this isn't going to be as bad as everyone said it was. And then the opening scene is good because it's one take, but then that one take towards the end just got really stupid. I'm like, oh, here we go. This is going to snowball into crap. But there are one or two good sequences in this thing. It's mostly just your normal edited jump scares from the sound booth or something. Uh, Particularly without showing you the movie because copyright's probably a thing now. Um, it's a sequence where the dude's erasing the name Bye Bye Man off a piece of paper in a library, and he just keeps coming towards him when they cut back to him. I thought that sequence was actually a good sequence, but too bad the rest of the movie was not that good. So this was from the dude who directed Ice Age. It has that exact same feel. And look at this trying to be Big Trouble in Little China. But it's a decent movie. It's a fine movie. Um, this would have been something that my parents would have taken me to see in the theaters as a kid. This came out in January, so that should tell you something. But this would have been the perfect thing for me as a kid. But I saw this on my birthday, May 4th, so I had just turned 21, and this might have been the most okayest, that's not a word, but it was probably the most okay birthday present I've ever gotten. So, thumbs up. I'm not a fan of this poster. That one's blurry. We'll go with this one. Nice boobs. But, you too. But, yeah, the movie's good. I thought the first one was great. It's not nearly as good as that one, but it's still a good time. It's going to be quite the experience to watch on Blu-ray. Uh, yeah, so I'll definitely watch this again. I've seen it, saw it for my birthday, because my birthday is May 4th. Uh, saw it once. I saw it, I think I saw it 2 or 3 times, I think. It's a good movie. I didn't laugh as hard as I did in the first one because I think it was just that shock value of Disney has taken a whole new turn for their superhero movies. Drax just wasn't funny in this, really. They gave away his best line in the first trailer when he, the whole sexual love joke. They gave that away. There are some good moments. It's a good movie. Look at this fan made thing. See, that's a better poster than an IMAX one. But yep. So this is basically the money version of The Founder, which is that McDonald's movie. Okay, that's not the right, obviously. Or that one. Or that one. Or whatever this is trying to be. So, yep, it's a thing that happened. It's decent. I've been doing this for like 40 minutes. There's the camera. Hello. So, screw the poster idea. I'm just gonna show you and you can look along with me. Let's see. I just did Gold Dog's Purpose. Great movie. Seen it 2 times now, I believe. I bawled. I bawled like a little child who had just dropped an ice cream cone or something the first time I saw it. And it's a powerful movie, and it beats you over the head with a mallet, and it hurts. Like, this movie hurts, especially if you're a dog owner, but it's great. So Alien Covenant was a movie that came out this May, and it has its problems. It's not a perfect movie by any means, but it's great. The CG, I figured was like, it didn't feel right, it didn't look right with what was happening around them. It just felt like a shiny looking, you know, CGI, not, practical alien, which I was kind of upset with. So that took away from it a little bit, but that's a thing. Um, Resident Evil: The Final Chapter, it was fine. I didn't hate it. It was a great January movie. Um, Get Out was obviously, great, but I already reviewed that a while ago. Baywatch, not as funny as you would think it would be, especially since it was categorized as a comedy. Um, and is this movie even good in general? Hello, don't look at that at all. I wasn't thinking. But as I realized, this isn't a comedy, I think I turned that part of my brain off and turned on the part that tells me, oh, it's just a dramatic movie with comedic elements every now and then. Was that just me trying to make up for the fact that it might actually be a bad movie? It's fairly possible. I've only seen it once. I thought it was good. I don't. What did I just hit? I don't think it was as bad as everyone would have you believe. Pirates of the Caribbean, it was fine. It was Cars 3, which we'll get to, I think. Blair Witch was great. Well, I give it a good rating, but I think it's a great movie. As you can see, I've watched it again and again. Wonder Woman, 4.8 out of 5. There were like two very minor nitpicks that I didn't really like at all, but fantastic. Yay, women. Gal Gadot. Sorry, I said it wrong. Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot is actually how you pronounce it, but I won't say Gal Gadot. I'll just say Gal Gadot because it's fantastic. Um, let's see. Fist Fight was actually great. I laughed a lot, more than I thought I was going to. I might watch it again later now that I'm thinking about it. Um, Cure for Wellness is a very slow movie. It's almost, I think it's around 2.5 hours, and the last 10 seconds of the movie make the entire thing worth it. If you question like I did, like why am I still watching this? Just wait, and then it will make you go what? So Before I Fall was actually a good movie. I was very surprised. It's not a chick flick per se, but it it's a chick flick. It's good. Lego Batman was good. I may or may not have reviewed that. I don't know. First time I thought it was great, and I thought it was good. Cars 3, exactly like Cars 1, did not see Cars 2. I thought both Cars 1 and Cars 3 were fine. It wasn't, you just saw that. My bad. It wasn't good and it wasn't bad. It was fine. I even 3D'd it too. John Wick Chapter 2, it was fine. I had like a fine streak going with pirates and cars and John Wick Chapter 2. It didn't come out, this came out in like March or something, May last year, but if you have not seen The Neon Demon, see The Neon Demon. It is great, especially to watch on Blu-ray. Like, it is the perfect thing. If someone asks you, if they're still watching DVDs, if they ask why should I switch to Blu-ray, pop this in on a nice HD TV and surround sound, turn the volume up. That is why I like Blu-rays. That movie. That's when I had my Paranormal Activity marathon. Captain America, obviously good. Where are we at? Okay, we're getting to newer stuff now. As soon as this loads. Why am I not hitting pause? I'm trying to watch Power Rangers again. Table 19 was a good movie. I was thoroughly surprised that it wasn't boring. Trolls, I was surprised. Good movie. Captain Underpants, I was surprised. Good movie. Baby Driver was great. I still have to watch it again. Spider-Man Homecoming was fantastic. I don't think they could have done. Obviously, I think they could have done a bit better, but I don't think they could have done any better. Dawn of the. Oh, that's the wrong one. War for the Planet of the Apes was great. The first time I watched it. We'll wait until we get back to it again. Wish Upon. I've seen Wish Upon like 3 times now. It's a guilty pleasure, I gotta say. Dunkirk. Perfect. Absolutely nothing wrong with that movie whatsoever. Okay, there's a little something wrong with it, but I've seen it 3 times. 2 or 3 times. Yeah, War for the Planet of the Apes. It was great the first time. And it was good the second, third, I think it might have been the second time I saw it. I fell asleep in the theater. Like I was awake, but I was kind of nodding off because I was really tired. But yeah, it's good. It could have been a whole lot better. Um, the founder, like I said, was, I think I said it, it's fantastic. Atomic Blonde was good. It's the female John Wick, which I thought this movie was better than both the John Wicks. Um, let's see. Yeah, saw that again. Shin Godzilla is a good movie. Watch the Japanese version because the English version kind of ruins the feel. You get to see Godzilla's bombastic, like ridiculous, stupid powers, but it's cool looking. I was a fan. Spoiler for like 5 seconds. I was a fan. Okay, mute it. I'll put my hands down when I'm done spoiling. I like the part when he mutated because at the beginning I was confused of why he looked like that, and then his arm popped out, and I'm like, ooh. Slight was great. Colossal was a good movie. I wanted more monster action, but that's just me. Their Finest was good. It took me a few days to finish it, but it was a good movie. Free Fire, I don't understand why this got made and why these people signed on, because the reason that they start, because it's basically like an hour and 20 something minutes of just shooting each other. And the reason they start shooting is really, really stupid, so I couldn't get behind this movie. Shark Exorcist, bad. Left Behind, bad. Lion King, great. Saw that today. And Shin Godzilla, watched it again today with my mom. So, yep, I just wasted 40 minutes of your life. This is one of the rare chances I will ever get to upload videos, maybe again. If you don't know, I'm in my own apartment now, and Wi-Fi upload speed there, let's say for a 720p or a 1080p video, 3.5 minutes long, took 3.5 hours to upload. So luckily my parents here have Google Fiber. I'm taking care of the dog for the night, so I'm staying over while they're taking care of, family emergency business. Yeah, so I won't be able to make videos for a long time, probably. So yep, that concludes this part of the video, but stay tuned. Look at the links in the description below as I talk about them. Letterboxd. If you don't know what Letterboxd is, watch as it loads. So Letterboxd is this thing for like hardcore movie fans of where you just get to talk about movies. You can review them if you want. You can make lists of anything you want, which that's really cool. For instance, this one's really cool. It's someone's favorite movie. You tell this guy your favorite movie, and he adds your name to the list, so you get to see everyone's favorite movie. And then there's funny ones like this that I'll let you read if you hit pause. Yeah, you can make a list of whatever you want. You get to. This is my favorite part. Yes, you're ruining the taste, but it's fine. Yes, you just wanted to see me. Thank you. So, what you can do, I know you want me to kiss you, but what you can do is keep a video, not a video diary, but you can keep a diary of everything that you've seen if you're that nerdy like I am. For instance, from what I can remember, because this doesn't include everything that I saw as a child, because this website didn't exist back then, but this was actually the first movie I saw in theaters. Was How the Grinch Stole Christmas back around opening weekend, I think. So that was a thing. So yeah, if you want to go back and see what I've seen from now until the year like 2000, you go right ahead. So that's my favorite part is you get to see other people like what they watch every day, and it's cool. Yeah. And Stardust is an app where you get to post like a 30-second reaction to what you've just seen. It's for TV and film. I am on there. Again, everything's in the description. I gotta end this video. It's 41 minutes long. Bye.